loves, it's Elizabeth, Countess of Low Carb, and on this episode, we're going to talk about intermittent fasting and eating on keto. Coming up next. Hi guys, I hope you're having a happy day. I wanted to buzz on and talk a little bit about my fasting yesterday and some new research that was looking at this last night as I was falling asleep, and wanted to share some information with you about intermittent fasting. But first, I have the link posted down below or in the comments, what I eat on intermittent fasting. This was an example from this weekend. What I ate on intermittent fasting, how long my window was. It was an 18-hour fast with a 6-hour eating window, and I made a video and I have a list and a blog of everything that I ate. Everything on there, if you want to check that out to see kind of like, what am I eating? What am I getting? That was my example of healthy, good fats getting in while still, I call it Dr. Fung calls it the two superheroes combined together. You've got Superman, which is the intermittent fasting, and then you've got keto, which is Batman. So combining the two together, it's superhuman strength. Yesterday I talked about Dr. Fung and autophagy, and I think I confused some of y'all, so I wanted to clarify. Autophagy and fasting, autophagy goes along with fasting, but so for fasting, you will not break your fast per Dr. Fung and the Complete Guide to Fasting on page 254. You will not break your fast if you have 1 tablespoon of fat. That can be butter, coconut oil, MCT oil, or heavy whipping cream. Now, I was talking yesterday about autophagy, and I confused some of y'all, and I confused myself because there's so much conflicting information out there. I'm going back to my original source, which is Dr. Fung. And to me, he's the daddy. He is the daddy of intermittent fasting. And so he has scientific research. And he even talks in his literature that there's not that many scientific studies done on intermittent fasting. He had to go back to the 1960s to look up scientific research on it because there's not much funding in it. You know why there's not much funding for intermittent fasting? Because there's not money to be made. And so why, people would rather pump money into, say, like Kellogg's, for example, would rather pump scientific studies in, because it would be beneficial for their company, right? So there's not this backing. I'm talking about Dr. Fung. So going back to a difference between fasting and autophagy. So fasting, you will not break your fast with 1 tablespoon of fats. Autophagy, you will break your fast with, if you have bone broth. Dr. Fung is he goes into talking about protein, but what I have not shared with y'all and what I learned last night is you will also break your autophagy if you have heavy cream in there because of the proteins. Now, everybody's body is different. So this is not a blanket for all. And so I want to preface with it. This is, you do what's best for your body, right? That may not break your autophagy because everybody's different and everyone comes in with different proteins built up in their body, right? Everybody's different with different proteins. So my protein base, right, because I have 50 pounds to lose, may be different than the chickadee who has 15 pounds to lose, right? And I'm almost 6 feet tall, whereas someone who's 5 feet tall, there's so many variables that go into this. So this is not a blanket statement for everybody. So put that in your hip pocket that you need to figure out what's best for you and what's best for your body. I wanted to preface with that. So the heavy cream part, I did not know would also slow down or I don't know what the word is, and that's what I'm trying to find, lessen autophagy or take longer for autophagy. Now, yesterday I feel like I put some, not misinformation out there, but I did more research. And I think that that's part of this, is that do more research. It depends on what your goals are. And this is where I think it needs to be individualized for each one of us of what's best. So yesterday I did my 24-hour fast. I did not make it. I made it to 23 hours. That's as long as I could go. I felt like the little engine that could, and I did the best I could. And for me, that's a victory. I did my very best. I left it on the mat. I needed to eat. So, and also with my family, they were eating. I didn't want to take my Chipotle home. You know what I'm saying? So, but what I learned from yesterday was I would rather go longer periods of fasting and lessen the autophagy, but have the better benefits of fasting with longer periods by adding in the 1 tablespoon of fat, even if that lessens autophagy. Dr. Fung, though, in his videos, and last night, y'all, I looked for an hour. I've been looking I was ferociously looking because I really wanted to, and the only information I could find was that autophagy was lessened by protein, which would be cream or bone broth. That would lessen your autophagy. So for my fast, I will not be having bone broth during fasting, and I will not be having heavy whipping cream during fasting. Moving forward though, at least for now, you know what I mean? Like, and as my body changes, I'm going to change it, but I want to share this with you guys just because I think I confused some of y'all, and I don't want to, I want to be helpful, a source of encouragement and a source of helpfulness, not like, not like a source of confusion. So for me, I'd rather go longer. So today my goal is to go 36-hour fast, but adding in that tablespoon of fats. In Dr. Fung, who I call him the daddy of fasting. He wrote the book Complete Guide to Fasting, and all he does is like, he's a major, look him up. If you don't know who he is, look up his credentials. They're really good. He says you can have 5 cups of coffee, 1 tablespoon of fat a day. So my thoughts are, and put below what your thoughts are. Let me know, because y'all's conversation definitely yesterday really helped spark in my brain like this excitement to go research it more. So I would love to hear your thoughts. Would you rather go longer and have less autophagy with a fast? Or would you rather have the autophagy, but like having like black coffee, not adding any fats in? And I think that that's the debate that I was having. And I talked about it yesterday with Diana, and we were both kind of talking about it over chat, that like, I'd rather go longer and try to have, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to hit this 30, this is my goal. I don't know. I don't know. You shoot for the moon, you land among the stars, right? So I'm going to try to go 36 hours. My goal is to go to 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll see if I go there. And adding I can have 5 cups of coffee or tea with 1 tablespoon of fat in it. But I will not be having bone broth in that, and I will not be having heavy cream in it. What I will be having is I could have MCT oil, but I don't, y'all ask me, I don't like, I haven't had it. I'm afraid of it. I know, one day I'll get over it, but today's not that day. But MCT oil is basically coconut oil. So I'll be having coconut oil or my grass-fed butter. Yes, and I do think Allison's so right. I think that it depends on how you feel, right? Today I'm feeling super energized. I feel super good. I felt like, autophagy! Yeah! I know. I want the autophagy too, because last night I was looking, and I've lost 50 pounds. And so I've been very concerned about the loose skin. And I feel like the more I learn about it, the more I'm fascinated with it. And so I'm trying to find other sources besides Dr. Fung that talk about the autophagy that are scientifically based. If y'all know those sources, can you put them below? Jeannie, I feel like you know. Sister Jeannie, spill the tea. I feel like you know. If you have any other sources, you're a great wealth of scientific knowledge. Where should I go to look for these? Because I want to learn more about autophagy, but I don't want it to be like, this sounds mean, but it's the truth. I don't want it to be muscle heads based off their opinions. I want it to be scientifically based. Like, where's the scientific research? I love cream, and I think that everybody needs to do what's best for them to set them best up for success. And so I'm obsessed with cream, but I'm trying to scale back because of the autophagy thing, that if the protein in it slows down or lessens or takes away the autophagy, I'm vain. Let's keep it, like, I don't want to have the loose skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's totally, like, if you look at everyone who's done, not everyone, I shouldn't make a blanket superlative. People in Weight Watchers, they all have loose skin and a lot of them have had loose skin surgery. So that's why I love keto and fasting, is that it's going to, per Dr. Fung, like, not guarantee, but it's going to weigh lessen. So, I think it's the whole building process. So I built up yesterday, I made it to 23 hours, and that having these like 5-day fasts about how good it is for your system, which blows my freaking mind. Again, my background is coming from binge eating every night to now fasting and being totally content with that. But I'll tell you what has helped at night is my Epsom salt baths. Dr. Fung recommended it, and man, for me, it's been a game changer. It's a reward for a hard day. I tell my husband, you need to make sure that our sweet little boy, mommy needs to have like 30 minutes just to kind of soak. I watch YouTube. I watch my YouTube people. I get caught up on blog stuff, or I just, like, in my head, it's just a quiet moment to reflect. And I think that that's so important to mentally also shut down, and as well as physically shut down. So, so that was my main thing, was to talk about intermittent fasting, to talk about what we're eating on keto, to check in with y'all what victories you've had, and what we're going to work on, right? So today I'm putting it out there for accountability is 36 hours. My goal is to go to 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow I think I'm going to eat a bunch, like, not fast. I'm just going to have a regular keto kind of day. That's kind of my game plan in my head. But today I'm meeting with my agent. It's going to be a very busy day. We have 2 shows in production, 2 TV shows in pre-production. So meeting with that, an exciting actor from a popular TV show potentially is signing on, and I'm so excited. So anyways, it's going to be a busy day. Got lots of stuff going on. Go check out my blog. I also have a new book that I've read. I'm going to put that in the link below. It's a cool resource and also another tool. He is a sponsored link, but I wouldn't sponsor it unless I felt comfortable with it. So for full disclosure, I like to share sponsored people. I haven't added that on, but it's in my blog link at the bottom. You'll see it says sponsored links. I like his information a lot, and I wouldn't recommend it unless I thought it was good, but it is sponsored, so with full disclosure. So 2 pounds up. I'm just going to keep going forward. You have to tell us about these shows. I know, I can't wait, Lindy. I just want to spill the beans on my shows. They're very, very exciting. Very, very exciting. And I have a book for my other business coming out, hopefully. It's with some publishers. So my Countess of Low Carb book was just a whim that I self-published on Amazon just to see the experience, just to kind of do it. And I'm really glad I did it. Oh, here comes a big old... I'm in the park, like, just to have some quiet, and look, there's like a Mack truck rolling by. And be a source of encouragement, right? Like, I feel like this whole thing is we're encouraging each other, we're motivating each other. That was my whole intention of the Countess of Low Carb, is encouragement for myself and encouragement for you guys too. And being a source of, like, facts, scientifically based facts, not on theory. The Countess of Low Carb is my experience, right? And my goal is to give you guys information so you could aid you along your journey, but it needs to be scientifically based. You know what I'm saying? Like, personal experience is awesome, but I love research behind things. So that's my ball of wax.